Database management system. Myself Pranit. Let us discuss about database management system. Contents: database environment, file system, database system, difference of file system and database. Database environment: one of the primary aims of database is to supply user with an abstract view of data, hiding a certain element of how data is stored and manipulated. Therefore, the starting point for the design of the database should be an abstract and general description of the information needs of the organization that is to be represented in the database, and hence you will require an environment to store the data and to store data and make it work as a database. In this chapter, you will learn about the database environment and its architecture. Below diagram is shown: user program, application program, queries, software to process queries, software to access the stored data, store database, and store database. What is the database environment? A database environment is collectively a system of components that comprise and regulates the group of data management and uses the data, which consists of software, hardware, people, techniques, and of handling the database and the data also. Here, the hardware in the database environment means the computer and the computer peripherals that are being used to manage a database, and the software means the whole thing right from the operating system OS to the application program that includes the database management software like MS Access or SQL Server. Again, the people in database environment includes those people who administrate and use the system. The techniques are the rules, the concepts, and the instructions given to both the people and the software along with the data, with the group of facts and information positioned with the database environment. File system. The file system is basically a way of arranging the files in a storage medium like hard disk. The file system organizes the file and helps in relatively of files when they are required. File system consists of different files which are grouped in directories. The directories further contains other folders and files. The file systems performs the basic operation like management, file naming, giving access rules, etc. Example: new technology file system, extended file system. Below the diagram shown: master file directory, user file directory files. Database system. Database management system is basically a software that manages the collection of related data. It is used for storing data and retrieving the data effectively when it is needed. It also provides the proper security measures for protecting the data from unauthorized access in database management system. The data can be fetched by SQL queries and relation algebra. It also provides the mechanisms for the data recovery and the data backup. The diagram shown below. Difference between file system and database system. Basics: file system and DBMS. Structure: file system. The file system is a way of arranging the files in a storage medium within a computer. DBMS is a software for managing the database. Data redundancy. Redundant data can be present in a file system. In DBMS, there is no redundant data. Backup and recovery. It does not provide the inbuilt mechanism for backup and recovery for data if it is lost. It provides in-house tools for the backup and recovery of data even if it is lost. Query processing. There is no efficient query processing in the file system. Efficient query processing there is in DBMS. Consistency. there is a less data consistency in the file system. There is no more there is more data consistency because of the process of normalization. Complexity, it is a less complex as compared to the DBMS. It is more complex in handling as compared to the file system. Say security constant. File system provides the less security in comparison to DBMS. DBMS has more security mechanism as compared to the file systems. Cost, it is less expensive than DBMS. It has the comparatively higher cost than a file system. Data independence, there is no data independence. In DBMS, the data independence exists mainly of two types: logical data independence and physical data independence. User access, only one user can access the data at a time. multiple user can access multiple access Multiple user can access the data at a time, meaning the user are not required to write the procedures. The user has to write the procedure for managing the database. Data abstraction, it gives details of storage and representation of the data. It hides the internal details of database. Integrity constraints are difficult to implement. Integrity constraints are easy to implement. Attributes to access the data in a file. User require attributes such as the file name, file location. No such attributes are required. Example: C++, Oracle, and SQL Server. Thank you.